Oh, hello, great readers. I'm Belchan.
I'm Nimakong.
I'm Banchan.
In this class, I'll read to all of you a part of Great Expectations.
As.
Ah.
Great Expectations. Charles Dickens. Chap. 861. Wister. Public premises in the high street of the market town. Were of a peppercorny and farinaceous character, as the premises of a corn chandler and seedsman should be. It appeared to me that he must be a very happy man indeed, to have so many little drawers in his shop, and I wondered when I peeped into one or two on the lower tiers, and saw the tied up brown paper packets inside. Those jails. And boom. It was in the early morning after my arrival that I entertained this expectation. On the previous night, I had been sent straight to bed in an attic with a sloping roof, which was so low in the corner where the bedstead was, that I calculated the tiles as being within a foot of my eyebrows. In the same early morning, I discovered a singular affinity between seeds and corduroys. Wister. Humbeck wore corduroys, and so did his shopman. And somehow, there was a general air and flavour about the corduroys, so much in the nature of seeds, and a general air and flavour about the seeds, so much in the nature of corduroys, that I hardly knew which was which. The same opportunity served me for noticing that Mr. Public appeared to conduct his business by looking across the street at the saddler, who appeared to transact his business by keeping his eye on the coachmaker, contemplating the baker, who in his turn folded his arms and stared at the grocer, who stood at his door and yawned at the chemist, the watchmaker, always poring over a little desk with a magnifying glass at his eye, his shop window. Attention. Wister. Public can I break fast at 8 o'clock in the parlour behind the shop. A sack of peas in the front of the premises. I considered Mr. Public wretched company, as little butter. Arithmetic. On my politely bidding him good morning, he said, pompously, 7 times 9. By, and how should I be able to answer? Dodged in that way, in a strange place, on an empty stomach. I was hungry, but before I had swallowed a morsel, he began a running sum that lasted all through the breakfast. 7 times 4 and 8 times 6 and 10, and so on. And after each figure was disposed of, it was as much as I could do to get a bite or a sup before the next came, while he sat at his ease guessing nothing, and eating bacon and hot roll, and if I may be allowed the expression, a gorging and gourmandizing manner. For such reasons, I was very glad when 10 o'clock came and we started for Miss Oversham's. Shook with myself under that lady's roof. Within a quarter of an hour we came to Miss Havisham's house, which was of old brick, and dismal, and had a great many iron bars to it. Some of the windows had been walled up, of those that remained. All the lower were rustily barred. There was a courtyard in front, and that was barred, so we had to wait. after ringing the bell, until someone should come to open it. While we waited at the gate, I peeped in. Even then Mr. Pumblick said, and 14, but I pretended not to hear him, and saw that at the side of the house there was a large brewery. No brewing was going on in it, and none seemed to have gone on for a long, long time. A window was raised, and a clear voice demanded what name, to which my conductor replied, Pumblick. The voice returned, quite right, and the window was shut again, and a young lady came across the courtyard, with keys in her hand. This said Mr. Pumblick. This is Pipped. Is it? Returned the young lady, who was very pretty and seemed very proud. Come in. Mr. Pumblick was coming in also, when she stopped him with the gate. Oh, she said, if Miss Havisham wished to see me, returned Mr. Pumblick, discomfited. Ah, said the girl. She said it so finally, and in such an undiscussable way, that Mr. Pumblick, though in a condition of ruffled dignity, could not protest, which were perfectly delivered by 8 and 16, but he didn't. My young conductress locked the gate, and we went across the courtyard. It was paved and clean, but grass was growing in every crevice. The brewery buildings had a little lane of communication with it, and the wooden gates of that lane stood open, and all the brewery beyond stood open, all the way to the high enclosing wall, and all was empty and dust. The cold wind seemed to blow colder there than outside the gate of the brewery, like the noise of wind in the rigging of a ship at sea. She saw me looking at it, and she said, you could drink without hurt all the strong beer that's brewed there now. I should think I could, said I, in a shy way. Better not try to brew beer there now, or it would turn out sour. But it looks like it. Not that anybody means to try, she added, for that's all done with, and the place was as idle as the distillate fulls. As to strong beer, there is enough of it in the cellars already. Is that the name of this house? One of its names. It has more than one. Then, one more. Its other name was Satis, which is Greek, or Latin, or Hebrew. Enough house, said I. That's a curious name. Yes, she replied. But it meant more than it said. It meant, and it was giving, that whoever had this house could want nothing else. They must have been easily satisfied in those days, I should think. But don't blutter. Though she called me boy so often, and with a carelessness that was far from complimentary. She was of about my own age. She seemed much older than I. Of course, being a girl, and beautiful and self-possessed, and she was as scornful of me as if she had been 21, and a queen. We went into the house by a side door. What? That the passages were all dark, and that she had left a candle burning there. She took it up, and we went through more passages and up a staircase. And still it was all dark, and only the candle lighted us. At last we came to the door of a room, and she said, I answered, more in shyness than politeness, after you. To this she returned, don't be ridiculous, but I am not going in, and scornfully walked away. And that was where I took the candle with her. This was very uncomfortable, and I was half afraid. However, the only thing to be done would be to knock at the door. I knocked, and was told from within to enter. I entered, therefore, and found myself in a pretty large room, well lighted with wax candles. No glimpse of daylight was to be seen in it. It was a dressing room, as I supposed from the furniture, though much of it was of firms and uses then quite unknown to me. But prominent in it was a draped table with a gilded looking glass. That I made out at first sight to be a fine lady's dressing table. Fine lady sitting at it, I cannot say. To be continued.